Hello and welcome back to another video, this time in response to Steve Benways' open tag, shows you telly. And the first set we're looking here, my multitude of many, is a Samsung 40-inch LCD television. Now I bought this probably about 3 years ago. I was pretty much sold on the touch of red bezel. And it's been a decent set. I've not used it as much as I probably should have. I've been too busy getting into my retro gaming, but I bought this stupidly large wall mount for it and then moved it about 3 inches off the wall, so that was perhaps pretty pointless. But a nice enough set. I use that for my Xbox 360. It doesn't seem to cooperate too well with retro gaming consoles, but that's not an issue because I play all of those upstairs. So let's go upstairs and check out the rest of my sets. So we'll start off with another HD television. This was the first one I ever bought when I originally got an Xbox 360 at the back end of 2005, and I believe at the time I got it for £400, and that was quite a good deal back then. Now this does play well with retro consoles. The television downstairs doesn't operate at all with the Neo Geo. The screen just flickers on and off, some sort of sync issue, but this one not a problem at all. But clearly I wouldn't want to use that. I want to use one of my CRTs, so there we go. It doesn't get much use, but eventually I'll probably get an Xbox 360 up here and that's where it'll be plugged into. So here's the next set. It's a 14-inch Sony Trinitron. I bought this from a car boot sale for £2.50. I particularly love this design at the back here. It reminds me of one of those slides at the end of a pier at the seaside. And it's quite a nice little set. Just a single SCART at the back, and I've currently got my Super Nintendo plugged into it. But for £2.50, can't grumble. So next up is a couple of 10-inch I guess they're sort of travel televisions. They're multi-powered. You can either have 240 or 12 or 24 volt. They're RGB compatible. I've got the SCART there, and I like to use these for a bit of link-up action. I even built myself some little wooden stands, so they sit at a bit of an angle like that. So when you sat down, yeah, nice and easy to see the screen. The black one was donated to me from some people I do work for, and the silver one I bought for £1 at the car boot sale. So, you know, well worth picking up if you ever see them. They just take the standard figure of 8 power plaque, so even if you don't get that with them, you know, easy enough to come by. Next set is a 21-inch Sony Trinitron. I used to have a 25-inch set. It was really nice, but it was just, you know, well used, well worn. So I wanted something a little bit cleaner for repairs, so I picked up this set. It was £6 on eBay. I had to go and collect it, but it weren't too far away. And it's in absolutely mint condition. The only fault with it is only one of the speakers works. And I can only presume, because it's got a service sticker on the back, that somebody serviced it and didn't realise when you take the back off, to completely remove it you need to detach the speaker wire, so I believe they've stretched it. Really nice set. Beautiful crisp image. I've currently got my PlayStation 2 plugged into it. It's mostly where I do all my PlayStation gaming, and it's great for light gun games, etc, etc. And the last set is my Bang & Olufsen, I guess the pride of the fleet, MX4002 in British Racing Green. Now this television's got 2 RGB SCART sockets on the back, so I have messed about the geometry quite a bit in the settings to enable this to be almost a perfect match for the Neo Geo and the Mega Drive. If you plug other consoles into it, you're probably going to have, you know, picture issues, but as far as them 2 machines go, they're absolutely bang on with this television. I love it. The sound quality and just the way it looks. It's just a fantastic set. But bearing in mind, it's probably not as good as the one that cost me £6. I think overall, with travelling, the cost of the television and the repair work I've had to do on it, this one's cost me about £130. So if, you know, you're watching this video and you've got retro gaming consoles and you want a CRT television, I'd probably recommend just getting the Sony Trinitron. Cheap as chips, and potentially or possibly or undoubtedly the best picture quality you can get. So there you go. Luckily I've got a bit of everything, so I thank you for watching, and I thank you, Steve, for such a great tag.